Olá a todos, aqui é o Meteor e hoje a gente vai reagir aqui ao programa especial da versão 3.4 de Honkai Star Rail, Pois o Sol Está Fadado a Perecer, onde vai mostrar aí as collabs, né, que vai ter aí do Fate Stay Night, né? Vamos dar uma olhada aí, o que teve aí, né? Ele passou de manhã, como sabem, eu trabalho à noite, então dormi de manhã, então vou passar agora, vamos reagir pela primeira vez aí junto com vocês, tá? Vamos lá. Vamos ver aqui. Começou. Esse programa, sei lá o que. Bem-vindo de volta. Ah, é como se fosse um computador, é? Legal. Trailer. Opa, Royal Verse. Deixa eu ver se dá como colocar em português. Ah, já tá em português.
まぶたの裏をよぎるんだ。最後の一人になったとして再創生の偉業を成し遂げてください。新世界は必ず訪れる。
Da hora, hein? Muito bom. Fica aqui com prontidão, faz aqui, né? Santo Graal. Opa! Aí ela! Chegou! A Saber aí. Santo Graal no Penacone. Ó o Archer. Saber! Saber, Archer. Excalibur! Nossa, o sol vai morrer. Caramba. Primeiro codiguinho aí, gente. Peguem ele e usem hoje, tá? Pelo que eu vi aqui, expira 21/6. Então vocês têm até amanhã. Hoje é dia 20. Né? Então até dia 21/6 a 23h59. O TC mais 8, então é bem menos, hein? Então, gente, tentam usar o mais rápido possível. Nossa, já começou bem, o trailer muito empolgante, hein? Muito da hora mesmo. Já mostrou a Saber, já mostrou o Archer, lá do Fate, né? Vamos ver o que esse show tem pra nos mostrar. Tô aqui, não tô na frente de nada não, o código tá ali embaixo. Qualquer coisa, se eu tiver na frente de alguma coisa, eu tiro minha câmera temporariamente. E aí, empolgados pra isso? Vamos lá, eu gostei desse estilo computador. Bem-vindo ao programa especial da 3.4. Por favor, execute o X, esse lá. Os convidados.
Hey, Mr. Albert?
Hello!
Poxa, o Albert tá meio...
And whether or not you have a daylight cycle. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the version 3.4 for the sun is set to die special program. I'm your most beloved host, Albert.
Rebooting really does solve all problems.
É, né?
Now we can introduce ourselves. Hi, everyone. I'm Finan. I'm so happy to be on the special program.
Hello, everyone. I'm Anexagoras.
Nice to see all of you again. Did you miss me?
Oh, of course we missed you.
Man.
Well, dear guests, welcome to the show. I have been looking forward to this special program more than anything else. The way the story in the last version left off had my heart racing.
É, eu tenho que começar a jogar e completar a história. Estamos atrasados na história. Por isso que eu não fiz mais react deles, né, das versões. Porque eu tô bem atrasado. Eu entrei aí agora em Anferos. Né? Estou na história de Anferos agora. Eu comecei faz uma semana atrás. Tem que correr pra chegar até a versão aí, né? Eu acho que é uma semana aí dá pra fazer. Pra chegar nessa versão. E juntar geminhas pra pegar a Saber, né? Eu só quero a Saber. Esses caras aí são da hora, são muito fortes, mas o meu... A minha... Como que fala? Esqueci. Minha meta, isso. Minha meta é pegar a Saber. O Archer eles vão dar de graça, parece, né? É Anferos. Anforos. Eu falo Anferos. Anforos. Anfandoeiros. Pra quem não jogou, alguns spoilers básicos, né? Quem tá vendo isso aí, porque eles vão fazer a versão depende pra frente. Por isso que eu não fiz mais, porque acho que tem spoiler da minha história, né? Até que não mostra muito também, não. Né? Eles vão... eles vão falar... ser meio spoilinho, hein? Final da história 3.4.
It has something to do with that erudition god beyond the sky, doesn't it? Even though I don't quite understand these principles, this breeding ground, which switched from following the path of erudition to the path of destruction, must be hiding secrets beyond Aranova.
Hein?
In addition, that Tin Man Lygist is also pretty suspicious. He and Finan had a pretty significant conversation in the vortex of Genesis.
Actually, I was already suspicious of him when he said he could fix the Express and the Trailblazers back home. Well, the mask is coming off now.
Pronto.
Based on my
Tirei os detalhes ali. É que o meu mouse estava em cima da engrenagem do YouTube.
Rather, he only wishes to quietly observe everything as it unfolds.
Could it be that everything that's happened so far is exactly what
Quanto
he
é o
wanted
tempo
to see?
de live?
That title, Theoros,
Acho que é
does
uma hora
mean
mais ou menos.
spectator.
Vamos ver.
If we combine this information with what we know about the relationship between the scepter and paths, maybe Amphorius is being used as a chessboard by people from beyond this world, and Lygus is one of them.
Nossa,
You're
da hora.
exactly right. If the situation in the cosmos is like a game of chess, then Amphorius is a trap to set up the checkmate. But who knows? Maybe the chess pieces themselves can overturn the board. The heroes Aranova could affect the worlds beyond the sky, and the Trailblazers' choices may also determine the future of the universe.
But before the Aranova actually arrives, there's no way to tell what it will bring. The Trailblazers have already done so much for Amphorius. I don't want them to have to experience the unknown of Aranova.
Pela
As
história
someone from
aí, a
beyond
gente
the
tá
sky, they
lutando
already risked a
bastante aí,
lot by
né?
taking on a demigod's divine authority.
Anferos.
If something were to happen in the Aranova,
Anferos.
No, we can't let them stay. They
É
have to
Anforos
listen
o
to
nome.
Finan and go home.
Em inglês.
Well said. The Trailblazers won't betray the sincerity you've shown them. However, their fate will still be tied to that of Amphorius.
Anfórios.
Returning to the battlefield with a very important mission.
Anfórios. Tá escrito Anfórios, eu que não sei ler mesmo.
Many of our audience members, like me, have some questions about Finan. That Finan we saw in the Vortex of Genesis at the end of the 3.3 story? Why was his name hidden?
Maybe that Finan isn't the one we're all familiar with. But I'll leave the specific details for everyone to find out themselves in the game in version 3.4.
Tem que correr nessa história, parece estar muito interessante. Lá vem.
Kind of information.
Following the story's progress, as I've written, we'll receive a big update in this version.
Opa,
These records that
atualização.
we've kept, you will be able to catch a glimpse of Amphorius' true nature.
Before, As I've Written was like a storybook, keeping record of our friends' stories. Now, even its appearance has changed. It feels like something big is about to happen.
it looks like it's turned into some kind of database.
You can use this system to unlock even more of Amphorius' secrets.
That's right.
Opa, vai investigar.
Aside from the major updates too, as I've written, the long-awaited skip dialogue feature, which was previously announced, is finally going live in version
Aê,
3.4.
skip!
Story dialogue can now be skipped by section, with
Skip,
plot
e
summaries
aí vão
and
fazer
the main characters that
um...
appeared in each section displayed along the way. Now you can choose the pace of
resuminho.
storytelling based on your own preferences.
Legal.
In version 3.6, there'll also be a story recap function.
Ah,
Stay
recapitulação.
tuned. But of course, as we move into version 3.4, we shall take the final step of the prophecy together and witness the truth and the fate of this world. And the myriad celestia that Mr. Shaoji hinted at in the version 3.2 preview is finally going live soon.
Oh, you mean what's happening beyond the sky? Is it also related to Amphorius and Era Nova?
We'll have to keep it a secret for now. Meanwhile, we'll be releasing an animated short. This animated short contains a very important part of the story in version 3.4.
Opa, vai ter
Can't spill too
videozinho.
much here, but I can give you a little teaser. This short will come with its own original theme song. So don't miss it.
Awesome.
Nice.
É, da hora, mais uma animação. Essas animações aí são muito loucas, mano.
Why don't we
Vocês viram
turn
a
our
última
attention
animação
to
lá
our good
do...
friend Viden and take a look
da mocinha
at
lá,
story
né?
together.
Esse é o nome dela? Mocinha lá. Aí, o Final. É a música de Amphoros mesmo. Nossa, da hora, hein? Olha os golpes. Nossa, ele vira um deus, basicamente. Olha. Olha o nível do dano, mano. Explodiu a terra, meteoros. Aí, somos nós. E o meteorão. Ah, velho. Acabou o universo, basicamente.
What in the world happened to Finan to make him change this much?
This is nothing like the warm, sunny person we all know.
Feio,
Now
não.
he seems strange and formidable.
Oh, could you elaborate?
I remember when our buddy first showed up in Amphorius. Finan was one of the first Chrysosairs to genuinely welcome them. And when danger came knocking, he always had our backs.
But behind that kindness and reliability, Finan carries the expectations of many. He is the deliverer chosen by the prophecy, and Aglaya's hand-picked successor of the Flame Chase journey. Aglaya
Flame
even
Chase.
used her own death to set him up for success, by making the Council of Elders the focus of criticism, and allowing Finan to step up and rally the people.
Yeah,
Nossa.
all of us have high hopes for him. Some even call him the Deliverer of Amphorius. Even Cypher, who barely ever showed her face, used to call him Little Deliverer Boy.
It's as if everyone just
Amphorius.
assumes that he'll be
Eu
a
tenho que lembrar de
savior.
falar Amphorius. Eu tô errando
What
direto.
was Final like before he joined the Flame Chase?
Feio,
team?
não.
Was he one of those perfect kids everyone got compared
Esse é o
to?
primeiro 5 estrelas aí,
Before
o
the
herói,
Flame
né?
Chase journey. Guess we've got to go back to my hometown, Ides Elysiae. It was a small, remote village. Nothing flashy, but far away from the chaos.
Ooh,
Parece bem
sounds
calmo o
like a
lugar, hein?
real peaceful place.
Eu acabei de falar isso. Parece um lugar
was.
tranquilo, ela falou.
And even though the village was small, everyone got along really well. There were also beautiful rivers and mountains, and even a forest. That forest was home to all kinds of little fairies. When I was little, I'd go exploring the woods and visit those cute fairies. When I wasn't exploring, I'd go play with my friends by the sea. We pretended to be heroes from the old stories and practiced our, swordsmanship. When we got tired, we went to lie down in the wheat fields until we got called home for dinner.
No strife, no invaders, or any of that deliverance crisis stuff? Seems like a complete paradise.
The wheat fields look gorgeous too. Lying there, surrounded by golden waves of wheat, with the breeze carrying that
imagina se
sweet
deitar ali.
malted scent. Oh, just the thought of it is enough to get me excited.
And guess what? You won't have to imagine for long. In version 3.4, we get to explore ID's Elysiae alongside the Trailblazer. Learn about Finance paths,
Ele vai
how he
pra
became a
terra
warrior,
natal
joined
dele,
the
do
flame chase,
Defendo.
and grew into the person he is today.
Can't wait!
Legal.
From a carefree little kid to the deliverer carrying everyone's hopes. You've really come a long way.
These days, Finan just gives off this heaviness. Like he'd still press on no matter how exhausted, just to live up to everyone's expectations.
Amphoris needed a hero, so he became one. The Chrysos heirs needed hope and a leader, so that's who he became. Looking
Legal.
back at the main art for this version, even though Finan's face is still the same, his whole vibe has shifted. His gaze is now sharp and commanding, completely different from before. Now we're just one step away from the era Nova that the prophecy foretold. The deepest truths of Amphoris are about to come to light. What trials lie ahead, and what choices will Finan make?
A hero's journey is never easy. But if the will in your heart is strong enough, no fire can burn you out. If anything, every trial is just a forge for an even brighter soul. I'm more than ready.
Well said. Then, let's let everyone experience it all themselves in version 3.4.
É, tem que correr na história. A história de Amphoris tá legal.
You got it. I'll first show up in the familiar
Vamos ver
form
os
everyone
golpes
knows.
dele, né?
When using my skill,
feio.
I'll deal damage to one designated enemy and adjacent targets. The use of my skill also grants me core flames. Once I've collected enough of them, I can activate my ultimate.
Wait, so core flames only come from using your skill?
Not at all. Finan can also gain core flames when he's selected as a target by a teammate or enemy ability. If he is the target of a teammate's ability, Finan will deal even more damage.
When I use my ultimate, I'll create a territory and transform.
After transforming, Finan powers up massively. Teammates temporarily retreat and can't take action, while he faces the enemy head-on with newfound strength.
Caramba, muito louco, hein?
That sounds way too risky.
Ficou muito forte.
No worries. All the talents and buffs from Finan's teammates still stay active to provide him with much-needed support.
Exactly. After using the core flames to transform, I have access to the powers of 3 kinds of titans: creation, calamity, and foundation. Each with a brand
Nossa,
new
dá pra usar
ability.
3?
Care to elaborate on that?
Tapping into the power of the creation titans, I can deal damage to one designated enemy and adjacent targets. Calling upon the power of the calamity titans, I'll enter a special state called Soul Scorch. In this state, I'll force all enemies to immediately take action, during which I receive reduced damage, and each hit I take builds up the Soul Scorch stack. Once all enemies have taken action, I retaliate, dealing damage to all enemies and then unleashing multiple
Caramba, olha.
instances of damage on one random enemy.
Esse é o da
Heads
calamidade,
up,
né?
The more Soul Scorch stacks he's got, the stronger that counterattack hits.
Using these 2 abilities also grants me an exclusive charge called Scourge, which fuels my 3rd ability. With the power of the Foundation Titans, I dispel all debuffs on myself,
Esse é mais da hora.
then use Scourge Charge to deal bounce damage. If I've maxed out the consumable Scourge Charge, I also slam
meteoro,
all enemies
tamanho.
with extra damage.
Once all his actions have been used up, Finan will unleash one final blow, hitting all enemies before removing the territory. Finan's technique is pretty unique too. Upon casting it, Finan instantly strikes all enemies in a certain radius. If they're normal enemies, they're immediately wiped out without even triggering a battle.
Wait,
Aí sim.
all enemies? That's nuts.
Of course, power comes with a cost. This technique consumes 2 technique points.
If the technique misses, it won't cost any points. Plus, when Finan's in the team, the technique point cap goes up by 3.
When I use
Ah,
my technique to enter
aí
combat,
sim.
I'll also regenerate energy for my teammates. In
Aí quando vai
addition, at the
enfrentar
start of
alguém,
each wave, I'll deal damage
começa
to
o
all
jogo,
enemies and gain
começa
Scourge.
com dando dano em todo mundo. Aí sim.
Alright, now that we've wrapped up Finan's combat abilities,
Da hora, gostei
it's
dele.
time to bring you some updates on a few familiar
Mas
faces.
minha
In
meta
version
é a
3.4,
Saber.
Silverwolf, Blade, Kafka, and Jing Liu are all getting some serious
Vai ter um buff neles.
Let's go! Mr. Albert, please do tell us what's changing.
Let's start with Silver Wolf. After the optimization,
Silver
her
Wolf.
ultimate now lowers the defense of all enemies instead of just one.
Ah, aí
So
sim,
it's AoE
todos.
now, not single target.
Mas era só em um.
Exactly. Meanwhile, she'll prioritize adding a weakness that matches the type of the first character in your lineup. On top of that, Silver Wolf will regenerate extra energy at the start of combat and the beginning of each turn.
Oh, that makes it a lot easier to apply the weakness we actually want.
Da hora.
Next up,
Vamos ver o
Kafka.
Kafka.
After the buffs, Kafka's skill will trigger more DOT on enemies. And whenever a teammate hits an enemy target with any kind of attack, Kafka will launch a follow-up attack. After unlocking certain traces, the follow-up attack can also trigger extra DOT on the enemy. And using her ultimate, recovers the number of times the follow-up attack can be triggered.
So basically, Kafka's got more frequent follow-up attacks, better efficiency applying debuffs, and an overall boost to DOT output.
Yeah,
Legal.
for sure.
Tá precisando. Eu nunca sabia quando a Kafka ia atirar.
After the update, he will deal damage to enemies based on his max HP. When Blade enters the Hellscape state, he is more likely to be attacked, and his follow-up attacks will regenerate extra energy.
Sounds like Blade can trigger more follow-ups and use his ultimate more often, meaning his total damage output's gonna spike.
Good observation. A change will happen to Jing Liu as well. Now she'll deal damage to enemies based on her max HP. Each time a teammate loses HP, Jing Liu stacks extra crit damage. After she enters the spectral transmigration state, she'll also gain a stack of syzygy. That means the spectral transmigration state lasts longer, and her overall damage output climbs even higher accordingly.
Our old friends sure are getting some solid upgrades.
Da hora.
But with all
Tem
these
que dar uma
ability
upada mesmo, porque
won't
depois
their
que foi pro
Eidolons be
feiro,
affected?
um Force,
Oh, don't worry,
né?
Professor Anaxa.
Os antigos
Some of
ficaram
our
meio,
old friends' Eidolons will be tweaked to
como
better
posso
match the
dizer,
revamped kits. They
mais
can store
fracos eu achei
everything
que o
stays
pessoal
in
mais novo, né?
But what if
Os
someone wants to
personagens mais
stick
novos
with
de
their
Force.
previous version of their abilities?
That won't be a problem. You can
Aí
switch
tem que
between our
bufar
friends'
o
ability
pessoal
modes
mesmo.
freely. So choose whichever version you like best.
Ah,
For more
isso é
details,
legal.
be sure to keep an eye out for official announcements.
Sounds good.
Oh, muito bom.
Aside from the ability reworks, one more old friend of ours is getting something new this time around.
Hã?
Oh, who is it?
In version 3.4, Firefly's brand new outfit, Spring Missive.
Opa, vagalumes! Vai ganhar o Firefly? Vai ganhar uma roupa?
Let's
I
take
see.
a look at the video clip first.
Opa, vamos ver a roupinha. Ah, que linda! Firefly! Uma colegialzinha, que da hora. Aí virar Sun! Mano, Firefly de colegial.
With her school uniform on, Firefly looks more youthful than ever.
Ai, eu quero tanto a Firefly porque... Mano, eu vou... Ai, eu não tenho Firefly ainda.
Maybe she even asked for fashion advice from her fellow Stellaron hunters.
Well, Miss Kafka does have an eye for style. They must have talked a lot about it behind the scenes.
Nossa, tá muito
Even
bonitinha
her
a
mech's had a
Firefly.
makeover. You think she spruces it up during downtime to match her outfit changes?
Oh, totally possible. If I had a mech, I'd also probably coordinate it with my outfit. New theme, new colors. The whole look has to be consistent.
Legal.
You'll be able to grab Firefly's new look from the contract shop using Oniric Shop.
É pago, né?
And
Nossa.
again, please stay tuned for further details and future official announcements. Next, let's take a look at this version's banners.
Opa,
In version
banner.
3.4's
Vamos ver.
first half warp event,
Primeira
Trailblazers
metade.
can acquire the limited 5-star character
É o
Final,
Final
and the limited 5-star
e
light
o cone
cone,
dele, né?
plus Burns the Dawn, will have a boosted drop rate.
Isso.
Also, a brand new 4-star light cone for the Path of Remembrance. The story's next page is being
novo cone.
added to the first half banner.
4
At the
estrelas.
same time, we'll also kick off a special warp event. The limited 5-star characters, Treeby, Sunday, and Sparkle are coming back. Plus, 5-star light cones if time were a flower.
Vixe,
Part of the
lascou, mano.
descent Earthly escapade will return as
Sunday
well.
seria bom
In
pegar.
the second half of version 3.4, we've got another round of special
Aí, ó, pode
limited
falar na
5-star
próxima.
characters. Firefly,
Eu vou tentar
Jingliu,
pegar
and
ela.
Blade will be back along with the limited 5-star Lycos. Where should dreams rest, I shall be my
Jingliu
own sword,
também.
and the unreachable
Putz, eu tô lascado com... Eu não tenho gema. Eu vou ter que escolher entre a Saber e Firefly. Putz, lascou. Eu ainda quero a Saber primeiro, mas Firefly também é a minha meta.
Limited 5-star characters, Kafka and Silver Wolf will be
Nossa,
back
voltou
in
todo
version
mundo,
3.5.
mano.
And limited 5-star Lycones, patience is all you need.
Eita.
and
Pessoal, ajuda aí, ó.
rerun
Daqui a
as
pouco
well.
põe aí o Pix aí, ó. Vamos colocar o Pix aí na tela, na cabeça da coruja aí, ó. Aqui é pra vocês verem. Ó, em cima do Albert. Já faz um, ó, o Pix, só lá, 5 segundos aí, ó. Pega o QR Code, dá dinheirinho aí, pra gente juntar moedinhas, pra conseguir comprar a Saber e a Firefly. Beleza?
Nature's mattress.
Ok, vou tirar por enquanto, vamos
Can't beat that
continuar
level of comfort.
observando.
For sure.
All right, let's take a quick break. There's still more
Nossa,
version
mas-
3.4 content coming.
Perdi essa parte agora, fiquei vendo o meu negócio. Opa, codiguinho. Aí o codiguinho aí pra vocês. Enquanto tá no codiguinho, aproveitem aí, ó. Vou colocar de novo. Aqui, ó. Quem puder ajudar aí pra gente conseguir muitas gemas pra pegar Firefly. Aqui, ó, o nosso Live Pix. Faz o QR Code aí a partir de R$1, ajuda aí o canal. Né, pra gente conseguir muitas jades estelares pra gente dar tiro lá. E conseguir nossa Firefly. E comprar roupinha, hein? Ajuda aí a comprar roupinha, gente. Roupinha eu acho que vai ser uns 150 conto, né? Por aí. Pela média dessas roupas aí do Star Rail. Tanto da Star Rail, qualquer um outro da Royalverse. A média é por volta de R$120, mais ou menos, né? As roupinhas. 120 a 150, não lembro muito bem o valor preciso, mas é mais ou menos isso aí. Quem puder ajudar aí, ó. Vamos acumular. Vamos voltar aqui. Tirar meu QR Code. Ajuda aí, gente. Agora é Penacone.
Origami Bird Clash is about to return in version 3.4.
Opa, ele é da hora esse fliperama.
Is that the cute match 3 game?
That's right. The Interactive Peace Corporation has officially sponsored Origami Bird Clash and hopes to promote this arcade game full of Penaconian flavor throughout the whole cosmos.
Isso aí.
And the first step to starting that grand venture will be to open up the original shop arcade on the Trailblazers Radiant Feldspar.
There needs to be some new game modes for the game to make a name for itself, right?
Of course.
É, isso é da hora. Eu gostava desse joguinho aí. E dá bastante gems aí. É, um Candy Crush, basicamente.
You can also get extra moves when you swap 2 super bombs to trigger a combo elimination.
Oh no! I see obstacles popping up on the field. How are we supposed to deal with those?
Not to worry. In this version of the Origami Bird Clash, there will be lots of new items that can help you in battle. For example, Shattering Hammer can eliminate any individual fruit or obstacle. Spicy Bomb can turn a fruit into a bomb, and Reset Cube can reset all fruits on the field. Leveling up items will also make them more powerful.
As long as you pick the right item at the right time.
Da hora.
You can turn the tide and
Eu gosto
deliver
desse
a
tipo de
powerful
joguinho.
blow to your opponent.
There are plenty of familiar faces among our opponents this time.
That's right. Trailblazers can still battle against many old friends in this event. In addition to participating in story challenges, Trailblazers can also do open challenges with friends from across the universe. This multiplayer mode won't end with version 3.4 either.
Ah, então vai ser pra sempre?
Class will replace the Seal Slammers multiplayer mode and become the new long-term co-op game mode.
Legal.
We're done slamming seals. Now it's time for slamming paper birds.
Esse eu acho mais legal, esse jogo.
Alright, let us continue with more version content.
Manda lá.
Old friend Get Divided
Aê.
returns as
Tirinhos,
usual in
vão ganhar
version
10.
3.4.
Vamos dar.
The planar fissure and realm of the strange events will also return. Complete the challenges to get double rewards.
É.
In version 3.4, Stagnant Shadow, Shape of Cinders, will also come online.
And you can obtain the Ascension material, Charred Bud of Twilight, for wind characters upon completing the challenge.
At the same time, the planar ornaments, Arcadia of Woven Dreams, and Revelry by the Sea will also come online. Trailblazers can obtain them in the Divergent universe.
Legal.
Why did my seat collapse?
In addition, I'd like to share with you some information about a few events outside the game.
Eventos fora.
The annual Hoyo Fest Off-Fight exhibition will begin in July. This year's event venues have been completely upgraded.
Opa,
And events
será que
will
vai
be
passar?
held in core cities in 6 Southeast Asian
Ah,
countries.
esse do Oeste Asiático.
That's right.
Não vai estar pra
We've
cá. Né?
also prepared a lot of event missions and new merchandise. Please follow our official channels for details about the events and tickets.
In addition, Honkai Star Rail will be joining Anime Expo this July. Come visit the Star Rail booth and claim free limited gifts.
A special panel for Honkai Star Rail will also be held at Anime Expo, featuring several special guests.
Please keep an eye out for more info and official announcements. See you at Anime Expo.
Legal.
Thank you all for your kind introductions. Let me see. We're almost out of time. We'll move it on to our next show in just a sec.
You seem mighty busy, Albert.
Well, I am a professional super.
What's going on? Oh, goodness, Albert.
no.
Hã?
Hey, what's going on? It's not my time yet.
Eita, que houve? Ah, foi um teletransporte.
Not your world as the concept of a holy grail.
Santo Graal.
Live stage of the Honkai Star Rail and Fate's Day Night Unlimited Blade Works.
Aê, a parte Fate.
Long time no see, everyone. I'm aventurine from the Interastral Peace Corporation.
Howdy, Galaxy Ranger Boot Hill, at your service.
Welcome, both of you. I, Albert, have apparently been summoned by the Holy Grail.
É Santo
This
Graal.
show's host today.
Albert, could your class be... speaker?
É, classe speaker. Boa.
That's funny.
Maybe you two can call me presenter instead. That sounds nicer.
Well, presenter doesn't sound half bad. In that case, why don't you present the situation to our audience? Explain what you meant by summoned by the Holy Grail and why we've arrived at Penacony.
Well, the cosmos is full of surprises. Soon after the ripples of the Charmony Festival had calmed, the Trailblazer received a secret invitation from old Odie, head of the Alfalfa family. It
Eita.
turns out that the old Jen is planning a brand new entertainment spectacle called
Sonhítimos
Sweet
e o Cálice
Dreams and the
Sagrado.
Holy Grail War.
Sonhótimos. Boa,
Sweet
sonhótimos.
dreams and the
E-
Holy Grail War.
Sonhótimos e Cálice Sagrado.
Sounds like a Holy Grail War is taking place in the Sweet Dream.
That's right, but I have no idea where old Odie got his Holy Grail from. Let me give a brief explanation of everything here.
É, por
It's
que
said
tá
that
aparecendo
the
isso?
Holy Grail is a wish-granting chalice that can manifest any miracle.
Uh-huh.
The Holy Grail War is a magecraft ritual for obtaining that power. As long as you win in the brutal contest of the Holy Grail War, the Grail can fulfill your wishes.
That dadgum Wubba-Boo Charmony Festival has only just concluded, and they're putting on a new show already.
Hey, don't forget that Penacony prides itself on being a holiday resort. How are they going to attract tourists if they don't have any events? Besides, didn't the last Charmony Festival have a little accident? I mean, that probably wasn't great for Penacony's image. The family's definitely going to want to find another opportunity to generate some buzz.
Well, I heard that old Odie hopes to make the Penacony and Holy Grail War into a new show that rivals the Charmony Festival, therefore returning Penacony to the cosmic limelight.
With dreams as the gimmick, the show is sure to attract a lot of money and a lot of
Então
dreams.
essa é a história, né? Em Penacony, o cara conseguiu o Santo Graal lá e vai fazer um evento pra guerra do Santo Graal lá do Fate, né?
The 7 invited participants will summon famous historical figures to fight alongside them as their servants.
Os servos.
And the final winner will receive the precious opportunity to make their wish come true.
The chance to make any wish and any miracle come true.
Eu queria desse.
That's definitely a nice gimmick. But, as we all know, people die if they're killed. Bullets don't discriminate. So, if someone gets caught in the crossfire.
Rest assured, everyone, the Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War production crew hereby swear that no one's life will be in danger in the dream. Everyone can participate and watch in peace.
Alright,
Pô,
alright.
dentro do
Well,
sonho
since
ninguém
it's you,
morre.
Owlbird, I'll believe it for now. So,
Por enquanto, né?
who's participating?
To start off, the owner of the Radiant Feldspar, shareholder of Penacone Superstar, the Soul Glad Festivity, our dear Trailblazer will be participating.
Nice.
Oh, so, the Trailblazer will be taking part in another adventure.
That's right. In addition, Miss Robin will
Robin.
also be a part of this war.
Robin
Well,
também
as
vai
another
fazer
Pentaconan
parte.
shareholder, the Interastral Peace
É,
Corporation's
aventureiro também
strategic
vai estar,
investment
básico.
department sent me as their
Entrar nessa
representative
guerra.
in the war.
The Galaxy Ranger Boonhill will
Pode ir, eu
also
também vai.
participate in this Holy Grail War.
Actually, I was just wondering, why is a criminal wanted by the IPC participating in this?
Micah got an invitation too, but he has no time for this. I can't turn a blind eye when someone's in a tight spot, so helping out was the least I could do.
Looks like Mr. Voodoo really has formed deep bonds with folks in Dreamflux Reef.
Well, apart from those we've mentioned, are there any other special participants that we've been looking forward to in this Holy Grail War?
Of course. Apart from local Penaconian heroic spirits, 3 very well-known heroic spirits will also arrive by the Grail Summon and participate in this Holy
Três?
Grail War.
Conheço 2. Vamos ver.
They are respectively
Saber!
Archer,
Archer.
and Lancer.
Lancer? Lancer eu não sabia, não.
I wonder which heroic spirit will end up accepting a contract with the Trailblazer.
Now, see? This is how you attract attention. Now we're gonna get tons of views. That's why you pay big bucks to get the big names. As to what stories will unfold in this
Ah, que
Dreams of the
história.
Holy Grail War and who will forge a contract with who,
Da hora esse papel, hein?
Trailblazers will have to find out in the game. Here's a reminder that the Honkai Star Rail and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works collaboration Trailblaze Continuance, Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail
Uou.
officially start on July 11th. So keep an eye out for it.
Nossa, até lá tem bastante tempo pra eu juntar, hein?
Let's learn
11 de
more
junho.
about Saber and Archer, our 2 heroic spirits from another world.
11 de julho. Saber!
Saber's dress seems a little different from usual now that she's arrived in Penacony.
Well, this is the planet of festivities after all. You gotta dress up for the occasion.
É, a roupa do Saber tá
Exactly
diferente.
right. The King of Night's new outfit was personally designed by Mr. Takashi Takeuchi. It retains their iconic blue and white colors.
And her iconic ahoge.
That's right. It retains the nobility of a king and also emphasizes utility for a warrior. The
Da hora.
lines along her shoulders and her cloak are straightforward, but the design of her skirt is quite reminiscent of timeless British fashion. As for how she looks in the game, well...
Opa, mostra. Ah, Saber! Nossa, bem Saber mesmo. Nossa, da hora, tá linda, mano. É, Excalibur é invisível, né? Nossa, os golpes. É! Alba! Muito bonito.
Well, butter my fudge and call me a biscuit. That Excalibur truly shows her strength as a king.
Oh, talk about
Muito bom,
fancy
muito bom.
visuals.
Saber tá muito
And
linda,
how come
mano.
the King of Knights is always stuffed
Minha
with
meta.
eggs, even in Penacony?
Well, looks like
Ai,
Pentaconian
ai.
food is very much to her
Aí,
liking.
gente, eu vou colocar aqui de novo o QR Code. Já me ajudem aí.
Now, let's see how the King of Knights
Ó,
performs
pra
in battle.
Saber.
Saber is a wind character.
Pra
following
Saber.
the path of destruction.
Opa, deixa aí, eu vou até
Saber will
deixar
gain
agora.
a certain amount of core
Pra Saber
resolution.
e
If she
pra
uses her
Firefly, hein,
technique
gente. Me
in the
ajudem aí.
overworld, Saber will obtain combat buffs and also more core resonances after entering battle.
Vamos ver
When
os
she
golpes
uses
dela.
her basic attack, she can deal damage to a single enemy.
The King of Knights is cautious as ever in this new world. I see she's still hiding her weapon's appearance and true name.
When she uses her skill, Saber will deal damage to one designated enemy and its adjacent targets.
Nossa, tá muito bom os
If
golpes.
Saber has enough core resonance at that time, she'll consume core resonance to regenerate massive amounts of energy for herself and increase her skill's damage.
In other words, you need to accumulate as much core resonance as possible to increase the damage Saber deals.
Exactly.
Are there any other ways to obtain core resonance?
Yes, there are. Whenever any ally uses their ultimate, Saber obtains core resonance and increases her own damage dealt.
Então a menininha lá
King of Knights has
precisa dela, hein?
dispelled invisible air, barrier of the Wind King around her sword, releasing high-pressure air in the blink of an eye to form Strike Air, Hammer of the Wind King, dealing a devastating blow to the enemy. When using her ultimate, Saber will deal damage to all enemies and turn her basic attack into Enhanced Basic Attack. Her Enhanced Basic Attack can damage all enemies and provide Saber with a certain amount
Ela ativa o
of
Excalibur e
core
fica com ela
resonance.
na mão, hein?
Also, during battle, if the sum of Saber's energy and the energy she can regenerate via consuming core resonance exceeds the amount of energy she needs to use her ultimate, Saber will immediately take action.
So if you replenish core resonance in as many ways as possible, you can use Excalibur more frequently.
That's right. Not only does this sword bear the King of Knights past, present, and future, but it also represents the noble ideal that was held in the hearts of the countless soldiers who once followed her in battle.
Muito linda, mano.
Alright, that concludes Saber's introduction.
Nossa, cara,
Now
muito
we'll move
ela.
on to our next otherworldly heroic spirit.
É o Archer.
Oh, seems like Archer cares about this Holy Grail war very much. He put on a new outfit, too.
He even changed where his accessories go. Those decorations he had on his chest are now on his shoulders.
What sharp eyes you've got, dear guest. Archer's new outfit was also personally designed by Mr. Takashi Takeuchi. It has the classic red and black look. The sharp contrasts, reminiscent of a blazing fire in the deep night, imbued with a dangerous allure. The combination of the long trench coat with skin-tight combat gear emphasizes his lean figure and is the perfect fusion of attractiveness and strength.
Da hora.
Yeah, you got that right. Director, show us the game footage already.
Vamos ver lá. Boa. Nossa. Nossa. Muito legal.
So that's Unlimited Blade Works? Oh, quite impressive indeed. After all, Archer is a seasoned veteran of war.
I am the bone of my sword. That sentence sure brings back a lot of memories.
I agree.
Okay, let's take a look at Archer's combat performance in detail.
Okay, Archer is a quantum character
quantum.
following the path of the hunt.
The
When
caça.
he uses his basic attack, Archer can deal damage to one designated enemy.
An archer in close combat. That's pretty gutsy, I'll give him that.
That's right. But Archer hasn't exactly slacked off on his marksmanship training since coming to Penacony. When using his skill, Archer will consume 2 skill points to enter the circuit connection state, dealing damage to one designated enemy.
Ou
While
seja,
in the
Sparkle é
circuit
bom pra
connection
ele, hein?
state, Archer's turn will
Colocar
not
mais
end after he uses his skill, and he can
habilidades
continue to
pra
use his
consumir.
skill until he runs out of skill points.
Heads up. The more times you use his skill consecutively, the more damage Archer deals to enemies. After all, everyone knows that a dual-wielding fighter who can't use their noble phantasm isn't a good archer. When using his ultimate, Archer will recite the classic chant to activate Unlimited Blade Works, dealing damage to one enemy.
Apart from damaging the enemy, Archer's ultimate also grants him special charge. After any of his teammates' attacks, Archer will consume special charge to use a follow-up attack against the enemy targets, while also recovering 1 skill point for the team.
Ou seja, cada vez que alguém ataca, ele ataca também. Gastando um
He
skill
just couldn't
point.
help himself and had to use his favorite twin blade.
Da hora.
When he uses his technique to enter
Ele vai ser dar de
battle,
graça
Archer
pra
will
gente,
deal
né?
damage to all enemies and obtain special
Muito bom.
charge.
And that's a wrap on Archer's introduction. Now, I have big news for everyone. From when the collab event starts on July 11th and until the end of version 3.6, Trailblazers can log into the game to claim the limited 5-star collab character Archer for free!
Nice.
Awesome!
É, o Archer é
We
tipo
hope
graça,
that
como eu falei.
under Archer's protection, every adventure that the Trailblazers embark on will cleave open the dark clouds and become a saga sung throughout the cosmos. We also hope that your encounter, or for some of you, a reunion, with the servants across this vast universe will bring you all wonderful memories in the days to come.
Muito bom. Eu vou voltar a jogar Star
The free
Rail.
new limited 5-star character mentioned during the anniversary celebration is finally here as promised.
Ah, é verdade, tinha isso, né?
There's even more! Later this year, Trailblazers will get another brand new limited 5-star character totally for free!
Eita, Star Rail dando 5 estrelas de graça doidado.
Eyes on the prisoner now. I'm not quite done yet.
É?
Besides claiming Archer for free, Trailblazers can also directly obtain a set amount of character enhancement materials for Archer.
Wow, how thoughtful.
Yeah, this version's got a lot of characters to level up after all.
All right, now let's check out the banner details.
Opa,
When the
banner.
collab starts on July 11th,
Dia 11.
Trailblazers can use Star Rail special passes in the character collaboration warps Excalibur Excelsior and the Bone of My Sword to obtain the limited 5-star characters Saber and Archer respectively. In the Light Cone collaboration warp, Trailblazers can get the limited 5-star Light Cone Thankless Coronation from Birth of a King and the limited 5-star Light Cone The Hell Where Ideals Burn from Red Radiance of
É, parece que vai ser um negócio
In
diferente
addition,
mesmo.
pity counts are shared between the character collaboration warp banners and also separately shared between the Light Cone collaboration banners, but neither carries over to other types of warps.
Okay.
It's worth mentioning here that the character and Light Cone collab banners will stay open long-term after the event starts.
Does long term mean even after versions 3.4 or 3.6 wrap up, you can still pull Saber, Archer, and the limited 5-star Light Cones?
Exactly. These collab banners will run across multiple versions with no fixed end date yet.
Opa! Aí sim! Vai ficar muitas versões sem término ainda.
From the entire duration
Vai começar no
of version
3.4 e vai até 3.6 por aí, sem previsão de sair.
Special
Aí
limited time
sim.
discounts. After the collab event starts, when Trailblazers spend a designated number of Star Rail special
Ou seja, vou
passes,
conseguir as duas.
they can directly obtain the limited
Vou jogar pra
5-star
caramba
Light
Star
Cone,
Rail.
The Hell Where
Já que eu tô
Ideals
atrasado, né, na
Throughout
história, vou
all
ganhar
of version
muito.
3.4?
Ganhar muito pontinhos.
In other words, after the 3.4 update and before the collab event starts, any Star Rail special passes used in the banners for Finan or other rerun characters will still count toward the total, right?
Yep, that's correct.
Opa, legal.
And now, as the collab kicks off, the voice actors for Saber and Archer have some things they'd like to say to all of
Opa,
us.
Saber, Archer vão falar com a gente.
Then we're back to hear their special messages.
Opa.
これからマスターになる開拓者の皆さん、こんばんは。セーバー役のカスメヤコです。崩壊スターレールとフェイトステイナイトアンリミテッドブレードワークスのコラボが間もなく
mais um
開催という
codiguinho,
ことで
gente.
私もとてもワクワクしています。この2つの作品にはどこか似ているものが
Nossa,
あるな
eu
と感
gosto
じまし
muito
た。
de Fate.
剣を手に運命と立ち向かうセーバーの姿は厳しい冒険の中でも前へと進み続ける開拓者の姿と似ているのではないかなと思いました。収録中はフェイトとスターレールの世界観が混ざり合い新たな魅力が生まれていくのを感じました。あまり多くは話せないのですが、セーバーがスターレールの世界でどのように信念と理想を貫いていくのか、ぜひお楽しみください。このコ
Legal.
ラボがたくさんの皆さんに楽しんでいただけたら嬉しいです。
Já tô emocionado,
星々
amor.
と聖杯が交わる旅の中であなただけの熱い思いとロマンに出会えますように。それでは最後に、開拓者よ、あなたが私のマスターか。
Opa.
これからマスターになる開拓者の皆さん、こんばんは。フェイトステイナイトでアーチャーを担当しております声優の諏訪部純一です。
Da hora.
崩壊スターレイルとフェイトステイナイトアンリミテッドブレードワークスのコラボが間もなく開催となります。赤い九兵はあまたの世界を旅してきましたが、ピノコニで繰り広げられる聖杯戦争は彼にとってこれまでとは全く違うものになるのではないでしょうか。
Nossa, muito empolgado pro dia 11.
崩壊スターレイルの世界でアーチャーが戦う姿が見
Juntar
られるの
gemas
が
até dia
本
11,
当に
hein?
楽しみです。おなじみのキャラクターたちが未知の銀河で自分をどのように再定義していくのか、その行方をぜひ見届
Gema
け
não,
てください。
Jade, né? Jade Estelar.
収録の際にアーチャーの戦闘シーン見せていただいたんですが、アンリミテッドブレードワークスの演出がとってもかっこよかったです。いや、気に入りました。素晴らしかったです。今回のコラボ企画の中でもアーチャーのかっこよさ存分にお楽しみいただけると思いますので、絶対にプレイしてくださいね。
Da hora.
これはまたとんでもないマスターに引き当てられたものだ。
Só nós.
Big
Ah,
thanks to our
muito
voice
bom.
actors for those thoughtful messages. With the Honkai Star Rail and Face Day Night Unlimited Blade Works collab about to launch, we want to take this opportunity on the program to sincerely thank all our partners in this collaboration. We
Nossa,
would like
muito
to
bom.
express our sincere gratitude to Mr. Kinoko Nazu and Mr. Takashi Takeuchi for their unwavering support from the earliest planning stages to the final implementation. And thank you to the Animation Production Committee and everyone else involved for all their hard work on this collab.
Nossa, esse collab vai ser muito louco, mano.
Honestly, it's only with
Eu
this
tô
kind of
empolgado de novo com
dedication
Star
that we
Rail
can
depois
bring
disso.
you all the
Eu tava meio
ultimate
deixando Star
joy.
Rail de lá, jogando
In order
outros
to
jogos,
showcase
mas
the Holy
esse
Grail
do
War
Fate
from
tá me
multiple
fazendo voltar.
angles and levels, the organizers say that they've also prepared another
Quase que eu falei, eu tô
combat
atrasado.
program,
Unforce eu não
Stay Night.
fiz nada quase
It was a
ainda.
night with no wind and no moon under the cool breeze of Penacony. The Trailblazer met the red-haired Lancer destined to cross their path. He stepped forward, raising his spear and uttered that iconic line.
The goddess of beauty is the most peerless beauty of them all.
Oh, so it's that red-haired Lancer.
You got it. After the sweet dreams in the Holy Grail War tournament, the genius Skullum made some modifications to the Holy Grail. Now, the Grail can load the simulated data of past striders through the user's memories. So in Fate Stay Night, Trailblazers will face off against many familiar and old friends in intense what? V1? V1 battles! Each contestant starts with unique skills and a set amount of health. Losing a round means losing health. And when your health hits 0, you're out.
Is there a smart way to beat your opponents?
At the start of the game, Trailblazers get some free pieces, each with different classes that grant different buffs. You can merge identical pieces to upgrade them. The higher the piece's rarity, the stronger the buff.
Legal.
Pieces of the same class have bonds between them too. Collect enough pieces of the same class, and you activate special bond effects that give you a serious boost in battle.
Looks like bonds are super important in this Holy Grail War, huh?
Absolutely. And that's not all. Trailblazers can also acquire noble phantasms during battle for extra help. Plus, during combat, Trailblazers can have the chance to get 3 command spells. Using these spells grants additional buffs.
Command spells, huh? Well, I'm curious. What role is the Trailblazer playing this time?
It's player.
This Grail feels kind of off. Forking hell. Could it be corrupted?
You right on the money. Trailblazers can increase the Holy Grail's corruption level to unlock extra buff mechanics. The higher the corruption level, the more points you earn when you win. Heads up, raising corruption level also powers up your enemies. So watch your step, Trailblazers.
Oh, but don't worry too much. After all, this is a reality show competition, and just for entertainment. The organizers of Fate Stay Night have also prepared a special Protected Mode competition. In Protected Mode, Trailblazers can fight using trial characters, and enemy strength is toned down.
Ah, legal.
This way, new Trailblazers can jump in and fully enjoy the Holy
Isso é
Grail
bom
War
pra quem
experience.
começou agora.
Exactly. The production
Aí,
team
gente, eu vou
will
mandar
provide everyone
convites,
watching
hein?
to stay stay the night.
Quem não tá jogando
Experience some
ainda,
epic battle action.
And
mandar
score
convite pra
yourself
gente
some
ganhar
stellar
geminhas, hein?
jades and other awesome rewards.
Now, just a quick reminder, this Honkai Star Rail and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works collaboration is split into 2 parts.
Duas
The
partes.
Trailblaze Continuance, Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail, and the event, Fate Stay Night.
Certo.
The Fate Stay Night event will open for play on July 11th. The 2 programs stand on their own, so Trailblazers can dive into each separately.
Awesome!
Oba,
So much content!
bastante coisa, hein?
All right. Big thanks again to our 2 guests. That wraps up today's Fate Collab update.
Presenter, your mission is complete.
It's all part of the job. Anything for the Trailblazers. So Trailblazers, my honored masters, let's meet again in version 3.4. See you there.
We hope you'll stay the night.
Que da hora.
See you next
Muito
time,
bom
guys.
mesmo.
See you
Gostei.
next time.
Bye.
Ai. Nota Fate, mano. Star Rail. Acabou. Parou, sempre Coca-Cola. Vamos voltar aqui pra nós. Nossa, muito louco. Adorei, 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 adorei. Nossa, o Fate vai ser muito louco, mano. Vou tentar pegar a Firefly também. Vou tentar pegar a Saber. O Archer já tá garantido, né? Então, dia 11 de julho começa o Fate, né? A collab do Fate. Até lá, depois da atualização, vai ter bastante coisa pra gente pegar. Nossa, eu vou jogar muito. Próxima semana aí, eu vou fazer uns beta aí que eu tô fazendo agora. Que o beta do Duel Night Abyss, né? E saiu um novo beta aqui também que eu ganhei. Do... como é o nome mesmo? Mongil Stardive, né? Isso, Mongil Stardive, ele também, eu recebi um beta aí, eu vou testar também, né? Beta fechado. E aí a gente faz uns vídeos desses, eu vou dedicar um pouquinho mais neles, né? Aí depois eu vou fazer bastante jogatina do Star Rail pra gente chegar no dia 11 com todo garantido pra gente conseguir todos os personagens do Fate, né? Então é isso, gente. Espero que tenha gostado desse vídeo aí. Eu gostei muito da apresentação, muitas novidades do Star Rail. Faz um tempo, eu tô entrando no Star Rail só pra pegar as diárias ultimamente, né? Então eu vou... agora eu vou me dedicar à história, fechar Unfurls, né? Unfurls, né? Até terminar a história. E aí fazer toda essa parte aí da live, né? Da collab, quer dizer, live é o que eu tô fazendo agora. Da collab aí com Fate Stay Night, né? Então é isso, quem puder ajudar aí, tá aí nosso QR Code, compartilhe nas redes sociais, curta, né? Se inscreva no canal aí, que é novo, né? No Gacha, nosso canal War Meteor Gachas. Também aqui também no canal War Meteor. Esse vídeo aqui eu acho que eu vou subir nos dois, por causa que é um anúncio de jogo muito bom, né? Essa nova colaboração aí. Então seria isso por enquanto. Espero que tenham gostado. Compartilhe nas redes sociais. Apoie bastante, gente. A gente tá precisando de ganhar umas geminhas. Ajude aí, gente. Valeu? Então é isso. Encerrando aqui. Até mais. Até o próximo vídeo. Tchau, tchau.